Welcome to the Anna Gail Lines podcast. I'm your host, Anna Gail Lines, novelist, entrepreneur, certified pharmacy technician, ordained minister, and empowerment coach. And I'm super excited for you to be here today because this is my Christmas. I love anything to do with goal setting and productivity. And we're going to pivot this podcast and we're going to start talking about creatives and everything creative, about how to reach your goals as a creative and how to be more productive and how-to videos. And we're also going to deal with the mental health issues of being a creative, because I know a lot of creatives like me tend to deal with social anxiety, depression, anxiety, a lot of negative thoughts in their brains. And we're going to deal with all that. Anything that has to do with creative and the creative process, we are going to deal with in this podcast. But today, we are going to talk about goal setting. What do you want your life to look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What kind of life do you want to have? What type of environment do you want to be in every day? Where do you want to live? How do you want to spend your nights? How do you want to dress? Do you want to work weekends? Do you want to work days? Do you want to work nights? Do you want to travel for work? Do you not want to travel for work? Where do you want to travel? Do you want to be home every night? Do you want a short commute, no commute, a long commute? What do you want your life to look like in 5 years from now? What do you want your life to look like 10 years from now? This is what you've got to think about. You got to think about the life plan and the bigger goal for your life. You can't just focus on today. You've got to focus on your future and what you want to happen. So you then got to set goals in order to get there. So a goal is a dream with a deadline. Goals give us a sense of direction. They help us see the bigger picture. They provide us with motivation. They give us greater control of our future. But we have to set realistic goals. I know you've heard it many, many times before, that goals have to be smart. They have to be SMART goals. They have to be specific goals. That's what the S stands for. Research by the creators of goal setting theory, I didn't even know there was a thing, Luck and Lantham, found that in 90% of studies conducted, specific and challenging goals lead to higher performance. So when we are going for those easy goals, those low-hanging fruit, we are not accomplishing as much as we would if we were going for our big, hairy, audacious goals. We need to set the bar high, and we need to go for the big goals instead of the little goals. We need to go for the challenging goals instead of the easy things that we can accomplish. And the goals need to be measurable. We can't just say, I want to be a famous YouTuber. It has to be measurable. So how many viewers do you want? How many people are subscribed to your channel? How many people are actually watching consistently? These are measurable goals. We need to set measurable goals. We need to set specific goals and measurable goals. And we need to set attainable goals. Because, some dreams are just pipe dreams, and we will not accomplish them. Like, if my goal is to join the NBA, that isn't going to happen. I can't play basketball very well. I'm not athletically inclined, and frankly, I am too old to play basketball. If I want to become a member of the FBI, I'm also too old for that, and I'm also not physically equipped to do that. And not only do our goals need to be specific and measurable and obtainable, they need to be relevant. There needs to be a why as to why we are doing these goals. What is the purpose? What do we want to accomplish by obtaining these goals? Why are they important to us? Because without the why, we are not going to stick with these goals in order to accomplish them. So our goals have to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be obtainable. They need to be relevant. And they also need to be time-bound. They need to have a deadline, because a goal is a dream with a deadline, right? So they need to have a deadline. When are you going to accomplish this goal of becoming a YouTube sensation and having 100,000 viewers? Is it going to be by the end of the year? Is it going to be in the next 3 months? Is it going to be next week? Next week is not obtainable. So our goals need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be attainable. They need to be relevant, and they need to be time bound. This is how we're going to accomplish our goals. Then we need to write them down, because a study by Dr. Gail Matthews of Dominican University of California shows that the effectiveness of writing down goals causes people to accomplish them more often. So we need to write down our goals. They need to be SMART goals. They need to be written down. They need to be written down in like a journal or our computer, in a place that we can see them all the time, because that's the next thing. We need to make our goals visible. I have a vision board of my goals. All the goals that I want to accomplish in the next 6 months, I've got them on a vision board. But I did not cut out the pictures from a magazine and put them on a board. I instead put them onto my computer. I put them all onto a file, and I sent it off for a company to make a poster. So I've got this poster of my goals on the wall in my bedroom. Now, you can put it in your study if you're married, or you could put it any place that your goals are going to be visible to you. So you could put it on the bathroom mirror, because you go in there every day. You can put it on the refrigerator, because you go into the refrigerator every day. You can put it on the wall of your office. You can put it in the laundry room where you go every day. You can put it on the dashboard of your car. You can put it as a screensaver. You can put it anywhere that you are going to see it every day, because we need to have SMART goals. We need to write them down. We have to make them visible. They have to be forefront in our mind, because we are training our minds to see them. Because what we see all the time, we will start to believe. We will start to believe that we could accomplish these goals, and what we believe we can achieve. So what we see, we will start to believe, and then we will achieve. We can achieve anything our minds are set to, as long as they are SMART goals, measurable goals, obtainable goals, relevant goals, and time-bound goals. We need to write them down and make them visible so that we see them all the time. And then we need to take those goals and we need to break them down. Let's say you want to be a famous YouTube sensation, and you want 100,000 followers, right? Okay. And you want that goal by the end of the year. So you need to break down that goal. Well, first of all, you can't be a YouTuber sensation if you don't have videos. If you're not posting anything, you're not going to become a sensation. So we need to learn how to do the videos. We need to plan the videos. We need to record the videos. We need to edit the videos. And when we record the videos, I heard somebody say that the first 50 are going to be bad. So we have to give ourselves grace, and we have to know that we are going to fail. Our first videos are not going to be as good as our 500th video, but we need to do it. We need to go through the process. We need to practice and go through the process, and we're going to learn as much from our failures as we are from our successes. In fact, we're going to learn more from our failures than our successes, because we know what to do next time. All that feedback that your viewers are going to give you, all the harsh criticism, you take what is constructive and you work with it, and you become better, because we need a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. Because if we can grow with the process, we can become better. And then we'll learn to edit. And then we'll learn how to drive traffic to our YouTube videos. So we've got SMART goals, and we've written down our goals, and we've made them visible. We've got them all over our house. We've got them all over our car. We've got them in our offices. And we are breaking down the goals into smaller goals so that we can accomplish them. Because in order to get to the top of a building, we have to take it step by step by step. We have to break our goals down into smaller goals so that we can achieve those goals. And then once we achieve those small goals, we start to gain momentum. And then we need to develop a plan. We need to know where we're going, how we're going to accomplish those goals. So with planning your YouTube videos, you can take a day every week. Maybe go to a coffee shop and just sit there on your laptop, drinking coffee and planning out your YouTube videos, planning out what you're going to say, what you're going to do, how the video is going to go, how you're going to edit it. Are you going to put captions? Are you going to link other videos in it? And then that becomes your solace, your time of planning. And you've got to make it a sacred time. But we need to develop a plan. And then once we develop the plan, we've got to take action. So for me, the way I take action on things is I break it down into small daily goals. So this year I wanted to write 2 novels. So instead of looking at that going, hey, I'm going to have to write 60,000 words or more. No, I break it down into 500 words a day. So I write 500 words a day. I don't think about the 60,000 plus words I've got to write. I just write it in small chunks. And over time, that 500 words a day becomes at least 2 books a year, usually about 2.5. And there are days that I won't do it. Okay, most of the time I will do it, like 99% of the time. But if I'm sick or I'm not feeling it, I won't do it. Actually, more times than not, I will just brave through it and do it anyway. But there are going to be times that you just can't get it into your routine. But one day is a slip up. 2 days, it becomes a habit. And then if you don't get into it soon, back into the routine soon, then you're going to break the chain. And that's another thing, accountability. So you can get an accountability partner. Tell your friends about your goals and have them keep you accountable, or get an accountability partner, or do what Jerry Seinfeld used to do and get a calendar, and every day that you do your daily goals, make an X in that day's box, and then keep doing that, and you'll have a chain, and then you won't want to interrupt that chain. And then we need to keep perspective, because in the long run, in the small time, it feels like we're not getting anywhere. But we got to keep perspective and look at this from 5 years from now. From that perspective, we've done a lot of work and we've accomplished a lot, but it may not seem like it in the moment. All my 500 words don't seem like a lot until I start putting them together to edit the book. And then I've got this whole chain. I've got a whole book. Make sure you're blocking out the time to do your planning and to work on your goals. Make sure that you treat that time as sacred, that you get other people to help you with the other things that have to be done in your life so that you can keep that space sacred. And then we need to plan, we need to review what we're doing, and we need to improve. So we are never going to be perfect. Nothing we ever do is going to be perfect. Our first days, our 100th days are not going to look like the Instagram perfect vision of what everybody thinks our lives should look like. It's not going to happen, because those are the highlight reels of people's lives and not the messed up portion of their lives. And we learn more in the failures and in the messed up portions of our lives than we do from the highlights. We need to plan what we're going to do and how we're going to achieve our goals. We're going to take action on those goals, that's doing. And then we're going to set aside time every 90 days in order to review our process and our progress. And if we find that something is not working to meeting our goals, then we improve it and try something else. We experiment and we take fear out of the equation, and we do what we fear anyway. Because when we plan, when we review, and when we improve, over time, we start to accomplish our goals, or we at least make progress on our goals. So if you want to accomplish your goals this year, I challenge you to start planning how you're going to accomplish them, to take action on them, to review your goals every 90 days, and to improve your process. In the comments below, tell us your goals for this year, and if you like this content, like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to learn more about me or get excerpts from my novels, you can go to AnnagailLynes.com. That's AnnagailLynes.com. Till next time, be your authentically creative self.